Hello Pickles, and welcome to another episode on the how-to series, and today we're going to be learning how to build a villager breeder. So here we go. This is all the items that we're going to be needing today, and I'll be doing this in parts. We're going to be having the villager breeder, the villager storer, and then the villager trader. So the idea was the villager breeder is there obviously to feed into your trading hall. But we're just going to be doing the trader, and then you'll have to feed it into the trading hall yourself. But these are the items, so you have a good look at those, and then we'll get to the build. So part 1 is the villager breeder, and I'll grab some items onto my hotbar, and we'll start off by digging 4 blocks in the ground like that. This is going to be for our water stream, and then we want to dig another 4. We'll place another 4 blocks down like that. So our water stream will run along there and then down to here, and then we'll be going down another 4 blocks. So jump down here, and I'll be doing this for decoration purposes. Obviously you'll be using any block you like, any decorative block. So that's 4 down, and then we'll need to go 3 up around the sides. We got 3 up here, and again this is for the water stream which the baby villagers will be falling into. Do that, and then along here as well. And then we'll just do some here, here, and we'll put 1 up there, and then we're putting glass in here. Get our bucket of water, and your bucket of water will go here for your water source, and as you can see that makes 8 blocks, and your baby villagers will fall down into this hole here. This is where they'll be stored. So once we've done that, we grab our observers. We're going to put 1 in there, and come around to the other side and put 1 in here. We then want to grab our sticky piston and put that in facing into the observer. So this is what's going to be feeding our carrot dispenser. We place a block on here and a button there, and then when we push this, it extends the sticky piston and then attaches the 2 observers to each other. We then want to place droppers up there, so 3 droppers on top of each other facing up. Into the bottom dropper we want to place a hopper, and on top of that we will put a barrel, and this is where we put in our carrots. Then on top of this we then attach the 3 blocks in an L shape, and then this gives us our platform. So this is where our villagers are going to sit. Now we want to be able to block them in, so we come out blocks like that, and along here, and that will come out to there, this will come out to there. We'll put that there. Right. We'll put 1 over here. And then what we want to do is put a fence along here. So this is going to stop the villagers from being able to jump back out again. And then what to do is build these walls up, again 3 high. Villagers need to have 3 high ceiling on top of them to be able to breed. I guess it's so they don't bang their heads on the ceiling when they're breeding. And also, the baby villagers need a 3 high ceiling again, so that they can bounce up and down on the beds. Otherwise they will not be attracted towards them. So the idea of this villager breeder is that the baby villagers are attracted to the beds and then will fall into the drop chamber down here. Next we want to be able to place our beds. So I'll just grab the bed there. I'm going to have 3 beds along the back. The pillows need to be facing the back because it's the pillows that the villagers link to. So if you had the pillows facing forward, what could happen is at night time the baby villagers will try and run in onto the bed and then make it, and they'd just jump across the bed rather than actually fall down the hole. So the pillows stay at the back. Then we grab our trapdoors, and then we place trapdoors along here and open those up. And again, the trapdoors are there because the villager will class that as a block that it can run across. Although it's open, it will fall down, but it doesn't realise that it's open. We then place trapdoors along here, 3 on top of each other. We can now break the bottom trapdoors and open the top 2. So this is so that the adult villagers, when they try and pathfind to the bed at night time, they can't get through. But the baby villagers, again, because they're 1 block tall, will try and pathfind to the beds, and then they'll fall down into the drop chute there. Next, we need to grab our half slabs, put these on the roof. So put these all the way across here, and we'll go 1 out as well, just to protect the villagers from lightning. Again, these are 3 tall, or on top of a 3 tall wall, to give the villagers headroom, otherwise the villagers won't be able to breed and the babies won't be able to pathfind to the beds. Next, we come over here and place our half slabs just on top of these blocks here to stop mobs from spawning. We also need to grab our torch and put 1 there, 1 there, and also what I forgot to do was come in here, place 1 there and 1 there, just to stop the mobs from spawning. Just grab this, put that back. Then we need to grab our bucket of water, come down here, place the bucket of water at the bottom. What we don't want to do is have the villagers harm themselves as they fall down, because it will stop the villagers from breeding. So now we need to go and get our glass, seal that up, grab our villagers and place them in. Obviously you would have to place them in by some other means, minecart, boats, anything like that, just to get them into the top, and then put the roof on afterwards. So we've got them in there. I just need to blast them with some carrots. I'll do this 3 or 4 times just to prime them up. That should be enough. Now, villagers, from what I've read, need 12 carrots each to start breeding. There you go, they've started breeding now. And hopefully they have a little baby. And there we have it. Baby born. He tries to go to the bed, falls down here, and then ends up dropping down reluctantly into the water below. On to part 2, which is to auto-feed the villagers, so we don't have to worry about having to come along and push the button to feed them to get them to breed. So this will then create an auto-breeder. So what we want to do is we'll grab all our items off the board. So we want a block, we want redstone, comparator, repeater, tripwire hook, string, and then we'll grab glass to replace that afterwards. So we'll grab our block, take this out, take that out, and take that out. We'll take these 2 blocks out here, put these in just so that we know where our redstone is if we're ever to build around it. And it just keeps it looking neat. Put your tripwire hooks on either side and your piece of string across the top there. We can now replace these 2 blocks and it will lead us on to here. What you want to do is dig out so that you have 7 by 2. And this should give them a nice load of carrots to feed off. Put your redstone there, place your your repeater, redstone, redstone. This will be a block, redstone here, oh no redstone there, redstone there, and then put your comparators here, 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 and I think we'll come out 2 more, so it'll be 8 by 2. Just to make sure that they get enough carrots. So let me just repeat that. That's going to be an 8 by 2 floor, and you want to put redstone, repeater, redstone, comparator, comparator, comparator facing that way. Redstone, redstone, 3 comparators coming back towards your piston. Redstone, put a block down, and then put redstone on top of there. And effectively that will do is, while I push the button. When the tripwire hooks goes off, it sends this into a comparator timer, which will be 15 seconds of giving carrots, which should be plenty to give to them for them to start breeding. And then all we need to do is put our glass back here, and we've now turned our villager breeder into an auto villager breeder, as long as we keep this full of carrots. Now you can do that by either fitting a auto carrot farm next to it that feeds into this barrel or straight into the hopper down there, or you can manually farm and fill the barrel up every now and then just to keep it topped up. And all we need to do now is just again wait for them to breed. As you can see, they've started breeding. Baby's been born. He's fallen down into the chute. We'll watch him drop down, and we'll see the timer will give them the carrots. Down they go. Timer's on. Carrots are being fed. And now we'll wait for them to start breeding again, just so that you can see that they get given enough carrots to breed once more. And there we have them breeding again. And hopefully baby number 2. Then there he goes. He obviously ran down before we could catch him. He must have fallen down behind the villagers and we didn't see him, but because the dispenser went off, or the droppers went off, that gave us an indication that the villager had already come through and fallen through the trapdoor. So we can see that that works, and that we now have an auto breeder. So on to part 3. We've got our villagers breeding automatically, and now you're asking, Bobbert, how are we going to get our villagers down from there to where we want to be able to retrieve them? Well, I've got the idea for you. What we're going to do is we'll take this out, we'll break the string, and then we'll come and grab our blocks. I'll come back up here and grab some more stuff once we're done. We'll also need to grab our signs and a bucket of water. So we want to come down here, we'll take out the water source for now, and we'll dig our tunnel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we should pop up at the right place. Cool. So what you want to do again is just decorate this, just so you know, if you ever dig around here, that this is part of your villager breeder, and obviously you'll use your block of choice. Do that. And we'll do the floor as well. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we'll come up here and place all our decorative blocks in here as well, all the way to ground level. That there, and that one can go in there. Right, now what we want to do is we'll go and grab our glass. Place one there and one there for now. We will then place our glass block here, so the villagers will fall under here, they'll be trapped here. What we'll do is put the glass block there just in case when they grow up their heads will be in the glass rather than suffocate. Fill the blocks back into here, put a water source back down, and then that's that bit done. We'll replace the string and everything there, but as you can see the water flows under there and our baby villagers will be held here. What you then want to do is place a piece of water there above that block above the sign there, and a piece of water there. So the villagers will stay there until they grow up, because they are one block tall, they stand underneath the water source. As they become adults, they become 2 blocks tall, hit the water source, and they will start to float. What we'll do is replace the string and replace our glass there. So that's that bit done. Now we come over to this bit here. Now we want to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what we'll do is we will place glass on the bottom 2 here, just so we can see them go up. In fact, we could go all the way up to about there. And then we'll place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And along the back, again, all the way up to the top there. We will then place 2 on this side at the top. And we want to go along another 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll come down 1 for now. And then we can place glass all the way along here. And this is our water chute for the adult villagers. So we've got that done there. Place temporary block there. Block there. Up there and there. And then we want to come down 2, put 1 there, temporary block, down 2, and down 2 at the back, hit 1 there. And that is what's going to hold our villagers in. That's where our adult villagers are going to be held. Place a sign there. And now what we want to do is come down here, and you want to place a sign every other block. And then place water source in between them till you're at the top. The last water source goes there, and it will flow to the end. And effectively, our villagers will come up the tube, travel along here, and then be held just in here. So on with part 4, which is our trading hall feeder. And as you can see, we've got our grown-up villagers in their holding cell. And what we need to do now is be able to get them out of there and into our trading hall. And so what I'm going to do is grab our blocks again. So we're going to need decorative block of our choice. As you can hear, the villagers are breeding behind me. 2 of the rails, we need that, and a lever. Also, we're going to need a button, and we'll take the lectern, which is our workbench of choice. Oh, we will also need a dispenser. Sorry about that. So dispenser from there. Cool. Now what we need to do is place our blocks along here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that brings us directly underneath. And then place temporary block there. Place that up there, and we will go along 3. You can go as long as many as you like, but we'll go along 3 for the purpose of this tutorial. And place 1 block down there. And we'll go along 3 again, and again this is for the purpose of the tutorial. Place this up here. Again we'll place a temporary block of our choice. Temporary block there. And I forgot to get the glass. So just grab the glass. And the glass will go down here. Now what's going to happen is we'll put a dispenser behind here. That will fire out a minecart. The minecart will come up on the rails, grab a villager, come down here. The minecart will hit this block here, so the villager will automatically land down here. We will then do our trade and then send the villager off. That's why we have this glass block here, because once you send the villager off, obviously you need a transparent block to be able to go through, otherwise we'll start suffocation and we'll damage the villager. So what we want to do now is put our button here. And we'll place our rail here, here. So 2 golden rails. Place our normal rails down here. And then what we want to do is place golden rail, and golden rail. We'll now put our lever in. Come down here. Put your lever in. And then we'll patch that back up there. So that now activates this rail here. what we want to do now is break this block here, but don't worry, these won't come out because they're 2 blocks tall. And then place a rail on here and then break it again. So that now makes the rails have a diagonal up here and a diagonal up here, and you need that to be able to grab the villagers. So now replace the glass, and then we'll come around the back here, and you want to get your dispenser, temporarily put there, so you can use a temporary block here. Come around here, place your dispenser there. We can break that now. And then what we want to do is grab a hopper, and we will also need a chest. And this is just to keep this dispenser full of minecarts. So put the hopper there, jump up, place chest there, and chest there. So we've now got a double chest. We can now fill this double chest with minecarts. Put it up there, and then that will be filling up there. Look, see, so that's now full. And then what we want to do is come along here, we'll place another button, another gold rail, and then we can add them there. We'll place our temporary block here, and that's just to signify where we're going to put our workstation. Now we want to come over here, grab our redstone, come around the back, place a block here and our redstone here. Now if we come around the front, if we fire this button here, it fires out a minecart, that shoots up, and that gives us our villager. We can place a lectern down here, and he now becomes our librarian. And now what you can do is you can keep breaking this and replacing it until you get the trades that you want. And there we go, for protection, projectile protection 3 for 41. It's not really what you want, but you keep cycling through until you get mending for 10. And that there is your trading hall feeder. So once you've got that, you can then fire this button here, you've got the trade you want, he shoots off, and then he can go into your trading hall system. That there is the simple villager breeder, villager storer, and our villager trading hall feeder. I hope you enjoyed this how-to and you find it useful. I will leave the timestamps for each part in the description below. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. Any comments for any future how-tos, and if you really did enjoy it, why not hit the subscribe button, ding that bell so you then get notifications of when I release the next video for this playlist. Thank you for watching, and ciao for now.